It is so funny how literal astrology can be sometimes. So all over the news the past 10 days, everyone's talking about how crypto is just skyrocketing. It's finally going up after a long 4 years of it being super stagnant. It's moving into the sign of Aquarius. Pluto rules big money, wealth, power. It rules the eighth house of your money making you money, which means investments, stocks, real estate, all things in that realm. But it's going into the sign of Aquarius, which Aquarius rules everything futuristic, such as technology, AI, robots, innovation. So it is quite literally saying big money moving digitally. That's how I'm seeing it. And it is being reflected in the media, in the news right now, and in the crypto world. If you look at crypto, it is just going up at crazy rates right now.
Clearly, we're looking at somebody who took wanting to be a financial planner for the stars a little too literally. I have a feeling that if you follow this advice, your planets will be aligning with bankruptcy.
Don't be scared of that repo. Repos don't mean. I've had 3 repos. They'll finance you every single time, babe. That is not real. That is a matrix setup. They make you think that all these things are inaccessible if this stuff happens, but it's not true. Get that car, make the payment until you can't anymore, let them take it, stock up for 6 months, take a bus, go buy another car. Just like that. Just like that.
Now, I'm familiar with people who want to run from the repo man. They want to hide from the repo man. They want to confront the repo man. But never have I ever seen a person who is just going to get cozy with the repo man because they know that they're going to see him again in a few months. At this point, she should just let the repo man have the spare bedroom.
Son got rich off Dogecoin and he's only 11. Yes, this is crypto parenting gone right. Every time Jetman gets his allowance, he puts half of it into the bank and half of it into crypto. I match that crypto and he picks what he wants to buy. Jet, what did you decide to buy and why? And this was a long time ago, like when we first started doing crypto.
Dogecoin because I like the puppy.
Dogecoin because he liked the picture of the puppy. It was 7 cents stacked away. Today it's at 38 cents. And I believe it won't be long until we see it at over $1. I'm rich.
Investing in Doge because you like puppies is like putting your life savings into Blockbuster Video because your favorite colors are blue and yellow. I am all for financial literacy and teaching children how to save and how to invest, but this is not how you do it. Oh my gosh.
Take for you to get $3 billion within 6 months?
I'd take $100 million that I have and I'd go to a big institution and say, hey, 10x my 100. That'd be a bill. They'll do that 100%. I'd take the bill, go buy $3 billion. $1 billion will buy $3 or $4 billion worth of real estate. We could do $4 billion this year.
I don't understand why you're thinking so small. I'm curious why you play so small when you have the opportunity. You just came up with the answer in 10 seconds.
Yeah.
Why wait?
That's why I come here. I came here from a therapy session today. Thank you, Dr. Phil.
Oh my goodness. Why didn't I think of this myself? If I start with $100 and I take it to the bank and I just say, hey, bank, 10x my money, you know what I'll have? I'll have $1,000. And then I give them the $1,000 and say, hey, 10x my money. And then I'll have 10,000. And then I keep doing it. I go from 10,000 to 100,000 to $1 million to 10 million to 100 million to $1 billion. All I have to do is go to my bank 7 times and then I'm a billionaire. Thank you. Thank you. This is life-changing information, folks.
When you don't pay the debt collectors, which by the way, to the audience, you should never pay a debt collector because the debt doesn't belong to you. It belongs to the debt collector. Let me explain this to you. If I owe Amex $1,000 and I say I refuse to pay you, right? And they sell my debt to ABC Debt Collections Company, LLC. The debt doesn't belong to James Chang anymore. The debt belongs to ABC Debt Collectors. Why should I pay a debt that doesn't even belong to me anymore? Most people get scared because debt collectors, if you don't pay, we're going to garnish your way. They get scared. No, it's against the Fair Debt Collection Practices Act. You don't have to pay debt collectors.
Oh, wow.
Well, I guess you also don't have to have good credit. I mean, it's a way to live. It's not a great way to live, but it's a way to live. Not something that I would recommend, but to each their own, I suppose. But this isn't any kind of advice that I would give a young person in my care, nor would I say that this is something that somebody should follow. I mean, perhaps if you were in super, super, super dire straits, maybe you had an extreme amount of medical bills that had piled up and you're just underwater and you've lost your job and you have to prioritize things like keeping the lights on or keeping food in the mouths of your family. But I feel like the way that this guy is presenting it is like, this is a good way to live. Like this is a situation that you would wind up in accidentally, not something that you would go out actively seeking. So surprise, surprise, the fast talking guy on Twitter doesn't know what he's talking about. You absolutely can have your wages garnished by debtors, but they have to go through a court process first. If a court issues a judgment saying you owe a debt, it could allow the creditor to garnish your wages or certain benefits to pay it off. State and federal laws limit how much a creditor can garnish your wages. They also limit how much a creditor can garnish from an account where benefits are deposited or protect a minimum amount in your bank account from levies, even if you don't receive federal benefits. Now, there are some exemptions to protect wages, benefits, and money from garnishment, and there are state and federal law exemptions. Yet federal benefits covered by this rule generally include Social Security, supplemental security income, veterans benefits, federal railroad payments for retirement, unemployment, and sickness, civil service retirement payments, federal employee retirement system payments. And this information is courtesy of the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau.
I did very much so love my dress.
Felt like a bride.
Was it worth the expense? I don't know.
Like many brides, Alexis Monteo saw a big price tag for her big day. She took out a loan to finance the $20,000 affair.
We did save a little bit, yes, but it wasn't as much as we should have.
The cost of a wedding has climbed to an all-time high. The national average is just north of $35,000, and wedding loans are becoming an appealing option.
I think part of the reason they're becoming popular is the lending opportunity is so easy for people. They're able to apply online.
Prosper is just one company that offers wedding loans between 3 and 5 years. Interest rates range from 5 to more than 35%, depending on the individual.
The best way to pay for a wedding is to use what you have in your savings account already.
Stephanie O'Connell helps millennials manage their finances.
Are millennials trying to one-up another when it comes to weddings?
It doesn't help to be coming of age in the Instagram social media generation.
O'Connell advises couples to extend their engagement before overextending their budget and says if you opt for a wedding loan, don't take on interest higher than 7% and have a payment plan.
Going into debt to start your married life can be a really painful trade-off in the long run.
That's exactly what the Monteos are learning. Are you happy you took out a wedding loan?
No.
Why not?
Because we're in debt.
The loan helped make one day special, but it will take years to pay off. Meg Oliver, CBS News, Severn, Maryland.
This is horrible financial advice coming from this lady who is on this news show because she said, don't go over 7%. Take the loan out, but don't get that 35% interest rate. Only go with a 7%. Like, no, that is horrible advice. Don't take out a loan to get married and live within your means. Now that is sound advice. I absolutely did not take out a loan to get married, and the thought of doing something like that never even crossed my mind. It's hard enough just starting out as a newlywed couple because you're looking at housing expenses and things of that nature. It would be a much better use of your money to take out a loan to buy a home versus taking out a loan for one day, for just a one-day party. And there were definitely times when I wished that we hadn't spent as much on our wedding as we did, but it wasn't a crazy amount. And we also got help from my parents. You can use my Buy Me a Coffee link to buy Leroy a dog treat. Leroy, stop that. You're so cute. Oh, I love you. I love you. You guys steal the show. Thank you for tuning in to another episode of Red Dawn Daily with your host, me, Dawn Marie, and sometimes Leroy. Leroy, you're not bored, are you? Leroy, did you know that 9 out of 10 people only watch to see you? Yeah. I'm just kind of here holding space for you. It's true. It's true. Leroy, you're so much fun. You're way more fun than any puppet. Right, Leroy?